They say winning ain't everything. Well, we don't have them type conversations over here, man. Had that conversation with the losers. We trying to win at everything we do. Even in the loss, we don't see defeat. We see a lesson learned. Straight up. Look, I came into this world in 1978. The doc looked me in my face and knew I was something great. 45, 42 Prescott, that's where I'm from. Grew up in the slums around dope dealers and bums. As humble as I was, I adapted to my habitat. In my own lane though, far from where they crashing at. Dumb bar graduate, the game I'd have mastered it. Served in the Navy, look, y'all don't know the half of it. Pops passed in 01, moms passed last year. I know they up in heaven smiling down, crying mad tears, cause they son making it. No telling where I'm taking it. My city been cursed, but I feel that I'm breaking it. Coached at Wayne High in 15 in one state. Seen the fork in the road and went straight. I know what I'm worth. I'm OG King CURT, Brooklyn Nets gaming crew legend. Let's work.
Hey, this is OG King CURT, your host of the OG2CENTS Podcast. I want to thank everybody who's tuned in each and every week for each and every episode. Truly appreciate it. Been on a little break, holiday season. Took some time off, but we're back with new episodes coming up. As usual, make sure you give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. Follow us on all available streaming platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Links will also be available in the descriptions for all available streaming platforms as well. Make sure you continue to stand up against any forms of social injustice and racism. And this episode is brought to you by Zenni Blocks. Make sure to armor your eyes with Zenni Blocks virtual clear blue blockers. It's important to protect your eyes from the harmful blue light from your digital screens, so you'll have less eye strain, and that makes for better sleep and performance. Check them out at zenni.com/gaming or follow them at Zenni Gaming on Twitter and Instagram. Before we get to today's guest, I had an announcement made this week. I partnered with DrinkCTRL, that's catered to real life. That's a meal replacement supplement. I would recommend anybody try it. It tastes great. Also loaded with a lot of vitamins, minerals, pro and prebiotics. Everything is good for you, you name it. Make sure you check it out. Go to DrinkCTRL.com. And if you use OG King CURT, you'll receive 10% off of your order. So make sure you check that out. This week's guest, this is episode 80, 80th episode. The Twitter hype man, Uhmaayyze. Detrick Houchens, aka known as Uhmaayyze, is the Lord of Vibes on a Destiny 2 Battlefield video game, dropping the hottest freestyle bars while dropping nerds and dominating the PvP leaderboards. He's got the energy, the dynamics, and power to grab viewers and never let them go, providing an unending series of waves of good vibes and bars while spreading his wings and soaring as a content creator. He's dominant on Twitter as well, having an immense and powerful growing presence on the platform. I caught this young man on Twitter. Actually, it was one of his quote tweets. Somebody had tweeted out him freestyling while he was playing a video game on Twitch.
My flaws until I take them out. It me vibing, I reel them out. Waiting for my flows, I'm spitting balls from the word of mouth. Need to capture zones, I'm vibing, I need to wait. Better capture C or B, but I'm running to capture A. Now what's happening? Phoenix, read it, dog. I see you looking at your book, what you reading, dog. Flip the books and pages, I got my ages. Bad 33 for my dad, out ages.
Caught me by surprise. Thought he was very unique, very charismatic. He walks down his own path. So without further ado, Uhmaayyze, how you doing today, brother?
I'm doing well, man. Thank you so much for asking. How about yourself?
I'm great, man. I'm great. You know, it ain't worth complaining because ain't nobody trying to hear that. You know that. So I'm good. just to jump right into this episode, you know, I caught you on Twitter. It actually was from your quote tweet. I don't remember who tweeted it out, but I seen your freestyle video while you were gaming and streaming on Twitch, and I thought it was brilliant. You know, a lot of people want to get into streaming, but I think a lot of people don't create their own path, their own lane where they can stand out and attract different entertainment and bring in, you know, viewers. But you, on the other hand, you've managed to do that, freestyling while gaming and very charismatic, motivational, anything positive, you name it. And it stood out to me. I just want you to tell the people, you know, your story, you know, where you from, you know, how you grew up and what got you into streaming.
First off, my name is Uhmaayyze. I'm from Richmond, Virginia. Been born and raised here, so I've been here my entire life. So this is pretty much my bread and butter. This is all I truly know. I want to say I started in a bad area. My father sort of worked his butt off to get us out of the bad area, away from the bad, sort of to put us in a good environment. From that point on in, it's like I learned my own hustles. I want to say that basically to make ends meet. My father used to give us lunch money, man, back in the day when we used to go to school and stuff like that. So I didn't really have to go out there and do nothing stupid. More than likely just focus on making it through school. And then getting into the streaming portion, even to make it short and sweet, to getting into the streaming portion. I can't say streaming was easy either. I was sort of like the same entire deal, like literally starting from the bottom, Turtle Beach is on, just gaming, streaming. Had some things that I wanted, had some things didn't know that I wanted. But in that process, you learn. I've been on that platform for streaming for about 6 years now. So I think I'm going to say maybe the third or fourth year in the process, I actually starting to know what I actually wanted, such as I want to say third or fourth year in, it's about branding. You know, I didn't get taught all of these things from other streamers when it came to branding or how to develop the streams in a certain way. I always looked at somebody and said, hey, I want to be just like them. That was just the mindset that I was in 2 or 3 years into the streaming, because, you know, you've seen people with those big platforms, big numbers, and you just see people see a lot of revenue. So they want to be in that situation where they could do the exact same thing. You know what I mean? So I want to say that in that third year in, I was in that same mindset, but I also had, you know, you got family, you got struggles, you got a lot of things that also comes with the process of being a streamer. It's not always just about just turning the stream on, doing your thing. You also got life to worry about. And I think life took its course. I've lost a lot of things in life as I took on this streaming process. A lot of people who didn't believe in the process of streaming at that point in time, especially for me, and how much I just love video games. My father was the one that actually helped me start my streaming career in the first place. So if anybody believed in me, it was him. We took this in together, started in and started doing it. I was a very loud person at home, living with him after I moved out, sort of took a course of start branching my own ways. I want to say the fourth or fifth year in, I started understanding exactly what I wanted to do. And it took a while. It took a while to get that, because you felt the struggles. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and tell you that stream is just like bread and butter, is perfect, it's fun, it's easy. No, this comes with struggles. I would say this is more harder than a 9-to-5 job. Keeping up with the process, keeping yourself consistent. Also, if you got family, keeping in balance with that. You want to keep everything in line. I think the main mission for me when I was doing streaming was to try to make sure I could find a balance and understanding of my family and my streaming career. I wanted to be that person on the platform, man, to push something that nobody else ever done. And that was understanding in the fourth or fifth year, to realize that, hey, this is what I want to do. And why would I want to be like somebody else when I can be myself? That took me 5 years to even think about that, to even understand that. Being so blinded by the things that I wanted from other people, didn't even think about the things I wanted for myself. That just told me I took a lot away from myself, just sitting here looking because I said I want to be like somebody else.
Got you. Now, the unique thing about you streaming is one aspect of it is the freestyling part. Like, I mean, had you always been rapping and writing or anything like that before you got into gaming?
Yeah, I was doing this in middle school. I used to write a lot, and now I hate writing. I was one of the ones back in the day, man. Used to do freestyles at the table at lunch. We used to I used to make beats and stuff like that on the table at lunch. We used to do freestyles. So I was doing rapping for a long period of time before I actually started to even like going serious with that. And yet again, Father helped me with that as well. Didn't know what he was getting into. I didn't know either, but I told him how much it costs to get A&R productions and stuff like that. We used to make a lot of music. I recorded that music with a friend that I met at UPS. Me and him became friends, became partners, and turns out he was into the music as well. And then we used to get through the entire work course of the week just making music and coming up with bars. We came up with all our music at work. And that was sort of like a different way for us to even like, believe it or not, start off. Like I can tell the story every time, man. We went to these A&Rs out in New York, man, and we did our shows. We did the performance for them. Stage, the raps, the flows. It was a group. It was me, him, and then of course my brother. We was doing this, and of course the A&R had to be that guy, and they picked out between the three the one that stood out the most. And I was the one that stood out the most. Had so much energy, so much hype, looked like I really wanted it, something I wanted to do. But I turned down the offer, and I don't regret it at all. I turned down the offer because we did this together, man. We worked on this project and stuff. The things that we did together, me, my brother, and my friend, we did this as a crew. So everything that we thought of together. And I just didn't feel like it was right to sit there and accept that beautiful offer that they threw me and leave my friends in the back end and be upset, because I know I wouldn't be able to live up. I can't sit here and say I'll be able to live up to that and say, hey, I made it, but no, I didn't do it by myself. And they're looking at my friends, looking at it like, well, he's successful and we did this all together. He just left us behind. And I don't want that. I didn't want that. So I turned down that offer. And I took that in streaming. That's how it puts itself into my streaming career, because I was freestyling while I was streaming my second year in. But it was just for fun. We really wasn't doing it for show, because yet again, 2 or 3 years, if we can go back to that story I was telling you, that I really didn't know what I wanted. I was just doing it to be doing it. I was just having fun with it. The third year in is when we started developing, just doing freestyles to do it. Fourth year, we started doing it for goals, sub goals. And that was how I found my way to eat on Twitch and doing this and be able to take care of my family, benefit, keeping the lights on and stuff like that by doing these freestyles. But we were not doing freestyles in gaming at that time and point. We would just pause, let's drop a freestyle. Now, in the current state, it's we drop freestyles while we're gaming, because at that point now, I don't even need the pause anymore. I could just freestyle, still play the video game, and still hit shots like no tomorrow. So I think the discoverability of doing that and how that even came about, we were just in chat. Lord Jesus, my chat is like I call them like my second family, the second home. I was just like, man, you know what? I'm having so much fun today, man. Let me just drop a freestyle. And you wouldn't believe it. It was a Tyler, the Creator, old school beat recommendation from YouTube. We just clicked it on, man. And I just started rapping. I literally started rapping, start yapping. And man, didn't even think about it. Literally was just rapping, telling them what I was doing, using guns, telling them what I'm about to do, hit the spot with the gun, go over there, cap zones, drop raps, drop bars, see what somebody in my team is doing, add that into the bars, and just developed. You know what I mean? I tell people all the time, I don't know how I do it. I don't have the answer for it. I always say it's sort of like a Zen moment, like a Dragon Ball Z moment, like Goku. You ever watching the anime, you just see Goku just literally close his eyes, let his mind relax, and let the body do its course itself. It's sort of, you have that feeling. And I think that's what it is with me, because my mind's at ease. I'm having fun. I'm spitting bars, but these hands are doing everything by itself. So it's a sort of a, if you don't be watching anime or anything anime like that brings in that type of style into the mind, that stuff is, to me, I feel like that's just real, because that's exactly what it feels like has happened to me with gaming. I don't believe a lot of people even seeing somebody go out there and be able to drop bars and hit crispy shots and still be able to play. That's multitasking. You got a lot of people in the world that leave comments and say, I can't even chew gum yet and play the game at the same time. And here you are hitting shots like no tomorrow and spitting bars. So I want to say I'm proud of this development because there's nobody out there doing it. And I have not seen anybody go out there and do something like that. So it's pretty amazing to me to be able to show the world with positivity and motivation that, hey, not only can this guy do freestyles, but he's also a cool guy to be around. You know what I mean? That's the type of power and type of vibe that I want to give off because my father taught me that, man, being a positive individual, even through the deepness of anger or somebody being angry towards you or don't like you. I realized, man, I can't impress everybody, and that's okay. You know, that's okay. I'm looking to do something in this space that nobody else is doing. And I think the 5 or 6 year in was at that point that I realized I knew what I wanted. I want to stand out in a different category. I don't want to be like him or her or him or him. I want to be myself. I want to do something unique. And I think that's what it is for me, man, that literally has set me in a different course from so many people in the gaming space because there's nobody out there that can do it. I have not seen anybody. I've looked it up. No one can do it. And if they can do it, they look like they're off, like they're trying. I'm not trying. I'm just doing it. You know what I mean? Like, it's there. Oh, yeah.
I got you. Now, dual question. How many years have you been streaming? And then who were some of the streamers that you liked when you got started?
Streaming, yet again, 6 years. Some of the streamers that I was looking up to when I started, we had people in the industry, man, that I looked up to that wasn't too big. I looked at Dr. Lupo, so I knew Dr. Lupo when he was small. When he was in the Destiny community. So I used to want to like be just like Dr. Lupo in so many situations because, man, he was a nice individual on the platform, set tones. He was a great guy. He was one of the ones I looked up to. Another one I looked up to, I want to say back in the day, man, we had Red Queen, we had EK, we had a lot of people that I was really looking up to. I wasn't out there to branch. I didn't know too much about streaming at that point in time. So the ones I only knew was the ones that was in the directory with me. I didn't really focus my intentions towards those bigger branches and a lot of other people, but I've now started to understand that I've took myself out of that directory and try to look at some of these other bigger streamers that I see. And no, those are the ones I actually just look up to, man, at that point in time. And now I think those are the ones I want to say that really sort of gave me a pull up in going further, you know. And I got 2 others like Sweatsickle. Sweatsickle was definitely a good one, man. He was a really good guy. Really good guy. I think that guy believed in me before I believed in me in one actual. These were people I was looking up to before these people now show love and respect to me. I want to say those are the ones that I actually truly believed in, man. That believed in me. That sort of caught it, and they caught it, and I didn't even see what they were talking about, but they were pretty much calling and say, "You're gonna do something amazing, man. You don't even know." That was 4 or 5 years ago. So,
got you. Now, the name Uhmaayyze. Obviously, I mean, I like the way it's spelled because it speaks volumes for you and how different you are and how much you separate yourself from everybody else. What brought about that name and its unique spelling?
What bought the name? The original name used to be D-Uhmaayyze, and I have that still tatted on me. D-Uhmaayyze was the rap name that I got back in school. So, and that happened during, I got the name D-Uhmaayyze before we even go to the spelling of this one. The name D-Uhmaayyze was developed because I used to do beats and I used to rap. I used to do all this crazy stuff in school. I used to do beats on the table and just try to rap to them. And that's sort of how that became a thing in school. In gaming, the gaming world, it used to be the one, Uhmaayyze. So before we shortened it up and made it short and sweet, because it used to be the stream name used to be the one D-Uhmaayyze. We shortened it up by me. Yet again, we're joking. We're playing Destiny. We're literally playing PvP. We're gaming. And I don't know where we had this conversation. Somebody I didn't even know asked me, but they were very cool people. Asked me, "Why is your name the one D-Uhmaayyze?" And I was like, that's the name I came up with. You know, that's my name. You know, I like it. Keep it legendary here. We'll use that. And he was like, "Don't you want to keep something like make it short and sweet? How about Uhmaayyze?" I was like, that just sounds so simple. I was like, you talking about AMAZE? Like, why would I want to like just make it like that? And it was like, no, you don't spell it like that. I was like, what do you mean you don't spell it like that? So how would I spell it? It's like, just like you're saying it, maze. I was like, how would you spell it? It was like UHM, 2 A's, 2 Y's, ZE. Make it a little fancy. This was a second year in, man. Like my streaming career. And I'm just like, that does sound nice. I like that. That sounds really good. It's like, yeah, you can do something with it. Don't forget about me when you do it. And I was like, okay. I was like, I can't see it doing too much, but you know, I take my chances. So I took my chances with it. And I did a whole lot more than I thought I would do with it. Made a brand off myself, that name, UHM, and sort of took that name and prospered with it. You know what I mean? Like I took that name and developed something with that name to be different, knowing that this UHM that I struggled to get where I am today. So this name has a lot on it. You know what I mean? It has a lot on it. It's been through so much and still is. It's still in development, still developing its legacy and process of being something great. But it's been through its course, you know? So I want to say that in most cases is why this name will always be so important to me. And this comes first, you know? So, yeah.
Got you. Now, another aspect of you, the motivational speaking, I catch your videos pretty much daily. I do some of the same similar type of content. I just wonder, like, where does your thought process come into play when you putting a video together? Is it similar like your freestyles? Like, it's just how you feel once you hit record on the camera, or, you know, how does that come about?
I want to say when I did the process, man, and development with freestyles, I just be streaming. It's literally just live stuff. Like I literally just say, all right, chat, time to get a song in. How to pick out an instrumental. Let me go out here and find somebody who I'm going to body when it comes down to it. So I went in there, just trying to be like, oh man, this is good, you know? And chat was like, oh man, we get to see this live. And I just drop them. I literally drop the bars. It's literally the click of a button on the stream deck and literally just drop bars. Record it, drop the bars. Because Twitter, I like to give it a minute because more than likely a lot of people on Twitter just like the caps just maybe a minute, not a whole session. A lot of people like whole sessions, but majority of the people only have a minute of time and their time is precious. So I always try to leave it down and shorten down to a minute and let them just catch those bars like, oh, okay. Oh my God. As long as I got bodies dropping in these bars, I think there's a lot of people that enjoy that so much more. Seeing people just getting their heads sniped off while I'm dropping bars at the same time, up close and playing this beautiful, beautiful gaming at this intelligent level of dropping bodies while dropping bars. So I think I'm going to say that in a sense to me is literally just a click of a button. That's why I'm dropping them so quickly, because I can do this. Normally it is a mindset. I've literally taught my mindset to literally go for these bars and just keep it at a level where, oh man, even if I win or lose, it doesn't even matter. These people are getting embarrassed because I've created a spot in this space now where people just feel like I'm constantly rapping and have to try their butts off. So that's kind of funny, but kind of understandable. No one wants to get their butt whooped to a freestyle. So understandable.
Right. I'm speaking more like on your inspirational video that you post on Twitter. Like, you know, that when I'm like, do you like know what you're gonna say before you hit record when you post your daily Instagram?
This is literally, I just do it, man. This ain't script written, no script reads, none of that, man. It's literally whatever the mind's thinking today, that's what you about to hear from me. If I'm feeling mid today, you're gonna feel how I'm feeling mid today, and I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna overcome this mid kind of a day and make it a little bit better than just a midday. More terms when I do this motivation, man, I'm just ready for the day. I'm just letting you know that I'm up and this is what I'm about to do. You about to join me in the process and let's go. You know what I mean? That's At the end of the day, I'm a team player. And if I'm about to do something great, I want to let y'all know that, hey, you can do the same thing. Because I'm telling you day by day what I am doing. So it ain't like I'm hiding it from you. I'm showing you. I'm telling you what I'm about to do before I do it. Because that's what I'm going to do. I think that's the process in mind. A lot of people get rolled up or they get lost in that concern. It's so hard to believe for them because it's like, hey, is this scripted or something? No. I'm literally just showing you my life live. I'm about to do these things. I'm about to tell you how I'm over conquering these things. You know what I mean? That's the development for me each and every time I do something is I'm just about to show you what I'm about to get into. You know what I mean? Like, this is how I'm going to handle it. Wake up the more, like, you could ask me right now. I would say, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm about to go out here. Or I could say, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm about to go out here and kill it today. Now, I'm not going to tell you that today was the highest day ever. Today for me was a challenge. But let me tell you how I overconquered this challenge. I told myself today, man, that I'm going to get through it. And guess what I did? I got through it. I smiled on my face. I kept my family up and I did a whole lot of other things. In order for me to do that, I got to make sure I believe in myself. And if I believe in myself, I'm going to go even further. And you could do the exact same thing. See what I'm talking about? This ain't scripted stuff. Right. This is just telling you what I did today and how I overcame that. Yeah. So yeah.
No, I got you. I can relate. I mean, for me, sometimes it may be something I'm going through, or it may be something I may just talk to somebody and something they're going through, and it touches me. So then I try to touch other people. So I definitely can relate. At this point in the show, it's OG wants to know is rapid fire questions. Answer open and honestly as possible. Biggest influence.
Biggest influence rapper wise?
In general. I mean,
my dad, man, for sure. No questions asked.
Okay. What motivates you?
Motivates me? My father. That's what he used to keep me on my toes.
Best part of being a streamer?
Best part of being a streamer, you can be yourself.
Okay. Favorite hip hop artist of all time?
Tupac. Period.
Okay. Best advice you ever received?
Best advice that I ever received?
Yeah.
That was from my father. I think somebody asked me some words that I could live by. Don't accept defeat as your savior.
Okay. Favorite actor and actress?
Does it hurt to say I don't have any?
Not a big movie guy.
I used to be, but I rarely watch movies now.
You are the entertainment now.
Yeah, I think that's the reason because I don't watch them anymore.
Right. Favorite video game?
Destiny. Period.
Okay. Favorite genre of music?
Genre of music that sort of hits different. As I got different genres. I used to be the hip hop mainstream artist kind of guy, but now I'm more into it's got to have the hip hop, pianos, jazz kind of feels. I don't know where that genre sits, but I'm more in that genre field where it's jazz, hip hop, and beautiful instruments. I'm all about bass, so it's just a lot of things. I'm an instrumental kind of guy now versus just hearing people's voices.
Got you. Favorite album of all time?
Of all time? All right, this is
You can give me a few. You can simplify it. I know that's a tough question.
Is the Jay-Z Black album. One of those is hitters for me. There's So Far Gone by Drake. And there's one by Nipsey Hussle, man. Crenshaw. Man, what an album. If you're talking about Nipsey Hussle and an amazing album, Nipsey Hussle just had so much meaning to his music, man. I think I can say I can relate to so much of his music. It's sort of how I got my come up going. And Tupac, all of them, all of this album. Tupac also had meaning to life. I like people who have meaning to life, man. There's so many artists I can say, but those are ones that off the head right now are the ones that hit for me, man. So,
all right. Some of your favorite songs of all time.
Favorite songs of all time. Get Around by Tupac. That piano in the beginning, man, was beautiful. I want to say, of course, I would be lying if I tell you this wasn't one of my favorite ones. Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. I mean, we all know the Notorious B.I.G. vibe. So I gotta say Notorious B.I.G. I'm very 80s with my music. So Notorious, uh Tupac's, um Drake had one song, man, that really stood out. I can't remember the name of it, but I played it back to back to back because it was just his come up. But it's not a song that everybody would know. It's a song that's just way back in the day. Um Nipsey Hussle, Level Up. That song hits different.
Okay.
In a lot of ways. Level Up is I can play that song so many times, man, and I could always just I can feel the tune of that. And I can feel like he about to just explain his life with this song. Like understanding. Um so many songs, man. I really can't think of. I guess I got a couple of J. Cole's, but I don't know the names of those J. Cole ones because it's like when I hear songs, I just hear them. I don't ever go look up the information. I know a lot of people do it. I never go look up the information, but if the song hits, it hits to me. J. Cole's got a lot of those. So it's
I know what you're talking about, because if it wasn't for Shazam, I wouldn't even know. Like I wouldn't even be able to, know half the
Shazam's a lifesaver.
So yeah, I get it. What's some of your favorite things to do when you're not working?
Stay busy, man. Mindset, stay busy. If I'm not busy, I'm talking to my family, spending that time with my son, giving him that time. Son is like my most important, man. I always make that time for him. And when I'm not doing that, I'm doing something on this computer or I'm on my social media platform trying to see something. I'm a very observant guy. So I like to observe and I also like to uplift, try to throw a little bit of messages out there, try to teach the world a little bit. Just finding ways to develop my brand in a bigger way. So if I'm not doing that, this is what I'm doing all the time, every day.
Now, before we get out of here, what's next for Uhmaayyze?
What's next for Uhmaayyze? The same thing I did in 2021. 2021 was sort of the fourth or fifth month towards the end was the development and understanding the legacy and path of this road. 2022, I'm looking to stay on this path and road to develop more of these freestyles and entertainment and probably drop some music, some maybe a mixtape or an album, something like that, because everybody's been asking for it, but I'm looking for payment before I go into doing these things. I believe I stand out in so many ways different than a lot of people, but I'm not afraid to uplift the people. That makes sense in a way. That's the whole entire vibe. It is if I'm climbing and I'm doing something unique that no one has done, I'm here to leave footprints and footsteps for people to take the same stuff, same path. I'm here to share this legacy that I'm developing with everybody around the world. So I'm looking to just keep on moving forward, keep on climbing, staying consistent with what I've been doing. That's all I really truly feel like I need to do at this point now, is to continue to make those moves and push that even further with this music and the motivation. I'm looking to motivate and uplift the world and also give them this entertainment that they want from the hype man. So I'm gonna try to keep these things going. Ain't gonna stop.
Got you.
Also made my father a promise, so a promise I gotta keep, man.
Definitely. Plug your social handles, YouTube, Twitch, everything like that before we go.
Catch me on Twitch. I stream 7 days a week. That's twitch.tv/Uhmaayyze. That's UHM 2A's 2YZE. You definitely catch the streams live, man. I'm a very big chatter, so I like talking. Don't be afraid to stop by. You could definitely catch me on Twitter as well. Twitter, just @Uhmaayyze, same thing. UHM 2A's 2YZE. Same with the YouTube link. Everything has that. We've sort of structured everything around these links of UHM 2A's 2YZ, so it can make it easier for everybody there. So you can catch me on YouTube, which we're still working on developing the YouTube platform, but we're doing some things. But definitely catch us live on Twitch 7 days a week. If you need the vibes, you need some uplift, you need some motivation, you just need a place to chill and relax while you're working. I got the music, I got the vibes, I got what you need. So don't be afraid to stop by.
Got you. Well, Uhmaayyze, brother, it's been a great time. So glad you decided to do the show. I appreciate it. Let's stay in touch, and I'm definitely going to stay looking out for your content and everything like that. And I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in to this week's episode. Remember to follow the OG2CENTS Podcast on social media, on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, the OG2CENTS Podcast. Also, make sure you subscribe to all available platforms. That's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. Follow me, OG King Curt, on social media. That's OG KING CURT on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also go to www.ogkingcurt.com for everything with regarding the OG2CENTS podcast and myself. Make sure you can catch me on EsportsXTRA every Saturday and Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's with host Larry Ridley, the crew, Antonio Williams, Derwin Royale, Jay Alford, Brandon Bell, producer extraordinaire Kevin Mamuzette. Also, we got Bordy McBoy, Andrea in the house now, and Kelly Wells Brinkley. So make sure you check out EsportsXTRA every Saturday and Sunday on the Black News Channel at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shout out to my team, Strider Visuals, Fox Graphics, Cy Evermore, and Christian Charisma. The show wouldn't be what it is without you guys. Appreciate you very much. And make sure you stop by skulls.com/OGKingCurt to grab OG2CENTS Podcast, OG King Curt merch. That's OG 15%. That'll get you 15% off of your order. So make sure you stop by there. We got hoodies, t-shirts, coffee mugs, phone cases, you name it, it's there. So make sure you stop by and check that out. Also, as I mentioned, stop by DrinkCTRL.com. Use the OG King Curt code and get 10% off of your order. Like I said, it's a very good meal replacement supplement. You can use it to replace your meals and everything like that. It tastes great. Tastes just like cereal. So it's very good. Best supplement I've ever tasted in my life. Make sure you tune in to next week's episode. And remember, if it makes sense, it's an OG2CENTS. OG out.
Put this work in, fellas. And much, much, much love to the entire 2K community for always showing me love. Without y'all, we wouldn't be here. Yeah.